It's been an interesting week in Scottish football, with our rivals sacking their manager. However, for us we have another big night coming up in the Champions League. In today's video though, we are going to discuss what Fabrizio Romano has said with regards to an exciting Celtic transfer development, whilst also going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. In an emotional post on Instagram, Celtic legend Tom Rogic has announced his retirement. It comes after over a decade in the game, in which the 30-year-old became a legend at Parkhead. And invincible in Brendan Rodgers' first spell in charge of the club, Rogic was the man who secured the treble in the 2016-17 season with a dramatic late strike at Hampden against Aberdeen. He was also prone to a Glasgow derby goal, and he bagged many over those years. On Instagram, Rogic revealed that he and his wife are expecting twins in 2024, and that was a big part of his decision to hang up his boots. In 9.5 years in Glasgow, he made a colossal 272 Celtic appearances, scoring 46 goals and assisting a further 49 in that time. After careful consideration, I have made the decision to retire from professional football. I have always been rather private with things in my personal life, but I feel given the significance, I think it is important for people to know and understand why and how I made my decision. Throughout the past 7 years, my wife and I have been on an immensely challenging journey with fertility issues. After years of trying and many failed rounds of IVF, my wife and I were fortunate enough to welcome the birth of our daughter in 2021. I have loved every minute of being a dad and consider it my greatest achievement in life. After experiencing some more struggles and heartache with fertility treatment, we have recently received the amazing news that our family is growing and we will be expecting twins in 2024. Given our past and how hard we have fought for this, along with the challenges that will come with having twins and a 2-year-old, now seems like the right time to give my focus and attention to what's the most important thing in my life, my family. After being away for so many years, my family and I have now returned home to Australia, as we look ahead to next year and the arrival of our new family members. I feel very lucky to have had a career where I spent the majority of my time playing at Celtic Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in the world, playing European football, winning many trophies and playing in front of 60,000 fans each week. I've also been lucky enough to represent my country with the Socceroos on over 50 occasions and experienced playing in major international tournaments. The Australian's contributions to the club will be remembered for many years to come. It is fair to say that he'll go down as a legend in Glasgow's East End and a true Celtic great. Former Celtic defender Jeremy Fring is set to sign a new deal with Bayer Leverkusen. That's according to well-known transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, who offered a big update on Monday evening. Romano took to Twitter to tell his 18.9 million followers Jeremy Frimpong set to accept a new long-term deal proposal from Bayer Leverkusen. Understand Dutch right-back, expected to sign a new contract valid until June 2028, deal being sealed right now. Many clubs keeping track of Frimpong, but he's set to accept Bayer's proposal. Romano then offered a further update hours later, simply writing, matter of hours. So it seems very much like Frimpong is heading for a new deal at Bayer Arena. While you may think that is bad news for Celtic in terms of potential transfer money, it's actually a very good development. We are widely understood to have hold a 30% sell-on clause on the profit of Frimpong's next transfer. The Daily Record are one of many outlets to have referenced this in the past. Frimpong's current deal was set to run out in 2025, so committing for 3 further years is likely to add a fair bit to his transfer value. Even this summer, Romano is talking about a fee of around £35 million, so we can only imagine what the Dutch fullback will go for when he eventually moves on. Leverkusen tend to sell their best players for huge money. Moussa Diaby cost Aston Villa £51.9 million in the summer, whilst Kai Havertz cost Chelsea £75.8 million back in 2020. Frimpong may not quite reach the levels of the German internationalist transfer, but it is entirely reasonable to expect him to go for something in the region of £40 to £50 million. That could leave us banking something like £10 million. That would be a very welcome bonus indeed, and given the interest in Frimpong, it seems kind of inevitable. It's all playing right into our hands, we may just need to wait a season or two. Barry Ferguson couldn't deny that there's a spirit building at Celtic after Rangers sacked Michael Beale. As Celtic produced a stunning win at Motherwell on Saturday, those across the road booted out yet another manager who once again didn't even last a year. Whilst the Rangers fans boo off their team and manager once again, as they were beaten by Aberdeen at Ibrox, the feeling and mood inside Celtic is far different under the returning Brendan Rodgers. That's something that Barry Ferguson couldn't even deny when talking about Michael Beale's exit. As he stated, fair play to Brendan Rodgers' men for pushing to the boat right out until the end to seal the 3 points at Fir Park, as he told Go Radio. Celtic proved in their first Glasgow derby of the season, even with an injury hit and weakened squad, the 3 points can be delivered, and that, let's be honest, pretty comfortably, even if the scoreline read 1-0. Given that the team played in the early kickoff on Saturday with Rangers playing at 3 PM against Aberdeen, then that last gasp win would have gone through. It certainly did for Chris Boyd, who was teased in the Sky Sports studios about it. I spoke about this many a time, said Ferguson. When Celtic are playing, I expect Celtic to get 3 points, so that means I need to do my job and get 3 points for my team. When asked if the Celtic result forced Rangers to push Bill out, Ferguson said, "Listen, if Celtic goes 7 points clear, then that should make you even more determined to claw it back to 4 points. What that shows me is that there is a spirit starting to build at Celtic. 95 minutes when Blair Spittle scores, then fair play to Celtic for going into the final seconds of the game and getting that winner." The talk in the summer from the hyped up Rangers fans was far different to what is being spit out now. Whilst there is a relaxing and calm sea going through Celtic, a storm is brewing on the other side, as the next man in the dugout at Ibrox has a huge task on his hands. There is already a 7-point lead, and by the time the next derby comes about, it could be double figures, which could then be extended further by the time the 90 minutes are up at Parkhead on the 30th of December. The game of Matt O'Reilly is just going from strength to strength for Celtic. After impressing under Ange Postecoglou, it feels as though the 22-year-old has taken his game to another level under Brendan Rodgers at Celtic. It shouldn't be a surprise because Matt O'Reilly's style of play, ability on the ball, quick thinking ability and technical skill set are exactly what Brendan Rodgers looks for in an attacking midfield player. That was showcased on Saturday as Celtic produced a stoppage time masterclass to beat Motherwell, with James McFadden lauding the club's Young Danish Stars campaign so far as sensational. The first time finish from Celtic's man in the middle following Greg Taylor's cross was hugely underrated because not only was he under huge pressure, but he also connected with the ball perfectly, as well as timing his run to the box brilliantly. All in all, from his 7 league games this season, that's 5 goals and 2 assists from Matt O'Reilly. He's only failed to score or assist in 1 game this term. Celtic go at the other end of the park, said McFadden. It's Greg Taylor with a brilliant cross to the back post. And Matt O'Reilly, he has been sensational for Celtic this season with a right foot volley into the top corner beyond Liam Kelly. He has absolutely no chance. That's the big one. This is a huge step up where O'Reilly can really write his name in the lights. Celtic welcomed Lazio to Glasgow on Wednesday night for a very crucial Champions League showdown. If the team wants to progress or at very least challenge for the knockout stages, then 3 points need to be registered in these matches. Celtic fans, what do you make of Jeremy Frimpong, and did you think he would go on to make such an impact that he has? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts. We have a Brendan Rodgers Pope t-shirt and our Celtic Ultra t-shirts too. You can find them at celticpower.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye.